Trust Action, Underground for Value, we are researching 12 different case studies which are spread from Portugal to Turkey, and we try to understand how we can valorize heritage which is underground. Those 12 cases were pillars to understand what kind of mechanisms are there, what kind of communities can be involved, what kind of business models can be employed. Every underground heritage is very, very unique and different. We have religious places, we have caves, we have paintings, we have also a lot of technical places.
In Malta we have these emergency underground flour mills that were built during the Cold War period.
The case is a network of tunnel which is located uphill on the Adriatic coast in Marche region in Italy.
The mining park is located in La Unión, that is a municipality in the region of Murcia in the south of Spain.
We worked on the case of Goreme. This is an important town in Turkey in terms of underground built heritage.
I will speak about the case of Antelas cemetery in Naples.
The Portuguese case studies has two locations.
Our site is the monastery of Ayia Napa. It is located in the rural area of the southeastern coast of Cyprus.
The challenges these underground flour mills face is that number one, they are not known. So we have no social memory about them, people don't remember them ever in existence or functioning. So the challenge is to create a memory so society understands their importance and hence we can preserve them.
The challenge of the mining park is that this park is not linked with the values of the people, because in this place, when they finish the activity, more than 50% of the people leave the place.
The actual challenge for the city of Camerano, which is the actual challenge of many cities which are similar to Camerano by position, by composition, is to bring back life to the very city center.
They are rural village, small, and the main idea is to attract people to the place, to maintain at least the people that now is living there.
One challenge is linked to the blurred legal framework, because it's not clear physically who owns the case.
It was a case that was proposed by the municipality to us, because it's the only underground heritage owned by the municipality of Naples. Normally the underground are all private because they are under the buildings, or they are owned by the state because they were the sort of shelters against the bombs, or they were religious because they were catacombs, hypogeums under the churches, cryptas and so on.
And obviously since they're underground, the danger is that there will be some development created above them and hence we'd lose them. In fact, we've already lost one in Melleja where a hotel was built over the underground flour mill.
All of this is in the heart of a heavily built area that is oriented towards a mass tourism model. So the main challenge is to combine the mass tourism that is mostly based on a resort model, so beach and night clubbing, within the cultural tourism that hopefully will be fostered by the presence and the development and valorization of the site.
With this type of intervention, they are trying to change the mining sector into tourism sector, and it's been taking more time than they expect.
The challenge obviously is going to be the financial aspect, to conserve them, restore them and manage the environment internally so we can actually use them for some social use, even to allow people to enter and see the sites. At the moment you start introducing visitors to such a site which is underground, the humidity levels are going to rise and hence we risk damaging the equipment.
There are many technical challenges faced by the preservation and also conservation of this cave. For example, for the long-term monitoring of this cave, you need some technologies that are non-invasive and also sustainable. The one that I used was sustainable, but it's more expensive, considering the budget that the local authority, local communities have.
What it was missing, it was really an idea of sustainability. They didn't have any kind of sustainability approach. They didn't consider the cavity as a live part of the environment.
And there are the typical challenges that this kind of underground built heritage have. For example, the difficulty of the difficulty of accessing and security, the preservation of the natural condition before and after visit. But I think these are common challenges of all the other places who offer a tourism exploitation. But very peculiar and local challenges, strategic vision from the locals and especially from the regional administration.
The challenge would always be to try and get the local councils to work together, because the sites individually won't be preserved or put to any reuse really, but together we'd have a nice network of the Cold War period.
And the main challenge is that they need to create links with other villages in order to create an integrated project. It's difficult for them because they need to create participatory strategies, different levels of governance, local, regional. For instance, in the development of Carapito, they are working on rural tourism and other types of tourism. In the development of Antelas, they are working on scientific and low-impact tourism. So to create a common vision is another challenge.
So the municipality wanted from us a specific thing, to help them to create a sort of protocol for giving in concession the site to privates. And we created a number of meetings with all the potential stakeholders. We started from the basic understanding their problems, their hopes. We create this type of nice post-it approach.
We conducted a living lab there. We organized 2 important stakeholder meetings together with local authorities, some hotel owners, tour agencies, and also some important conservation architects. And we try to understand, first of all, their perception about the values, underground built heritage values of this area, and what they want to do, how they want to conserve or how they want to develop this, use this heritage for their own business.
One of the important benefits from Underground for Value project was a book that was edited by all these people that is interested to show the values of La Unión. And with this book, we try to collect information and also some tools or some strategies for the future interventions on the territory.
Underground for Value cost action has been the occasion for communicating, making evidence what is happening, what the administration is doing. A good self-created model which is promoted through the network of a European project would be a real plus also for inspiring the strategic functioning of the future of the region, and it would be an inspiration for the other local communities who the region has in charge of.
Out of these case studies, we developed a toolbox which is available for further replicators.
We understand that your solution will be always modified by the communities, so don't go with a solution, ready solution, but go with the process. And using also the training school, we did a lot of efforts in order to providing alternatives, not solution, but giving the possibility to the local stakeholders to imagine different futures.
I would say the most important thing is the identity to create a territory to preserve in these type of territories that are rural and it's in risk of disappear. They feel proud now of that, so they feel the responsibility to preserve for the future generations. Indeed, the young generation are really interested that the elderly people tell the story, how was discovered, how it changed during these years. And they say that now is the moment to listen to the elderly people, and then we will be the next generation that maintain this.
So we work by case studies, and all these years, in these 4 years, we had 12 case studies with the living labs, with the social practices. We had failures, success stories, but anything was strongly related to one main element. If we have a healthy community that is benefiting from the heritage, they will conserve it. So, and this is the challenge of this cost action, putting together, making interactive the under the ground with the above the ground. So you have a community of above the ground, And you cannot consider only to preserve the underground and letting the community die. So this is the challenge. It's clear that not always you can have success in pushing, also because we have different type of legislation, governments to accept this. But the story of this cross-section says that it's possible.